Am I going to be making a planner change at the beginning of June? Well, yes. Yes, I am. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that may be new, welcome. My name is Tracy and I'm a girl with plans. I want to thank you all for joining me today. And I want to introduce you to my new fitness and wellness planner. Yes, I am starting this in June instead of waiting till July. It would probably make more sense to start it in July because it's a 3-month planner. But you know what? I don't like to wait. I've waited long enough. I got this in March and I held off this long. So I am going to start it in June. And I even got a cover to keep it in. I got this nice little cute coach cover that fits it perfectly. I'll probably just slide it in like this while I'm using it, just because I'm gonna be using it so frequently. But it's a super cute cover, isn't it? And it's kind of it's like very spring summery. So I've already started setting this up, but I feel like I will just do a walkthrough of it and I will go over my June goals as well. So here we go here. And I'm going to kind of talk about how I'm going to plan on using this. Of course, it's going to be all subject to change as I actually get into this. But yeah, so I just went ahead and just added a little bit of flair to the title page. So in the Passion Planner, they do go over how to use like some ideas of how to use some of the spaces in here. I'm going to be using it just a little bit differently. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here and do June 1, 2025. So this planner has actually 4 monthly calendars and it has 92 daily pages. Each daily page is actually 2 pages. But the daily pages are not dated. I am not going to date them in advance. I may decorate them in advance, but I'm not going to date them in advance. And the reason why I'm not going to date them in advance is because if I'm feeling under the weather one day, whether I'm sick or have a migraine or something like that, I'm probably not really going to be in my planner filling in all the things. If I take a day trip or a vacation, I'm not going to be in this planner filling out all the things. So instead of just having blank pages, whether they're decorated or not, I'm just going to fill in the date when I actually come in here to write in my planner. So that way every page should be kind of filled in that way. Whether or not it will be completely filled in or partially filled in, that's another story. Because realistically, on days that I even don't work out, I should be able to come in here and fill in all of my wellness stuff. That's what I mean by partially filled in. And the days that I work out, I should be able to fill in everything and it's just going to be a full, glorious page. So that's the plan. So with there being 92 pages, this could last like a little bit over 3 months. It could last 4 months. Who knows? I'm hoping that I'm very consistent and it will only last 3 months, but summertime's coming. Like I said, there could be a vacation coming up. So I showed you that and you just saw a sneak peek of the calendar page. But for the first month, they actually have the month's game changer goal prior to the perpetual calendar. So I don't know really what I'm going to do here. I think I might write the workout that I do here just to kind of have a quick glance of like yoga, Pilates. Because remember, if you watched my May kind of check-in video, I kind of went over some of the things that's been going on and how I'm going to be changing up the way I work out. So I feel like this might be a good place to put it. Although this could also be a symptom tracker here now that I think of it. So I mean, I'm filming this prior to me going to go wild just because I know that I'm going to be so busy when I come back. I wanted to go ahead and set this up. So I have a couple of weeks to think about it. But I did go ahead and set up my goal. Because when it comes to health and wellness, I feel like with general life, I do like to wait closer to the end of the month to set up next month's goal. But when it comes to health and wellness, the goals are pretty consistent. It's like I add a little bit to it each month that I get better and better. So yeah, if you did catch that May when you heard me talk about how like I have to change up my diet and exercise, just because I'm going to be heavily working on healing my adrenals, which are pretty much in the tank right now. So the way the Passion Planner has, they have like one main game changer goal for you to kind of work on throughout the month. And I kind of like that. I feel like, why not? Usually I set my goals for like 3 categories when it comes to health and nutrition. It's nutrition, fitness, and diet, right? Or wellness. And then like for fitness, it's pretty obvious, like what types of workouts I want to do, like how many days I want to like be active. Do I want to close my rings? I haven't been that strict yet, but those are just some ideas. And then of course, nutrition is more about the types, like kind of what I'll go over here in a moment. And then wellness kind of gets into like the self-care aspect of it and things like that. So that's usually how I divide it up. And I am going to add some of that stuff onto my monthly page. But the one thing I really need to focus on is my diet. And so the month's game changer goal for the month of June, I'm going to put June here just because it's like 4 pages before the calendar, is going to be healthy diet to heal the adrenals. That's pretty much what it is. So they basically said create a mind map to brainstorm. I didn't really do that. I kind of looked down here and I just set kind of like 3 kind of main goals to kind of do that for, and then how I would achieve those goals. So the first thing is to meal plan, really meal plan and prep. But a lot of this stuff, if you guys have seen my channel or seen my fitness and wellness goals videos, then you know that this is kind of consistent. 0 processed foods. I don't even want to give myself a slip up. Will I slip up? Probably. Hopefully it's like, you know, enough times just to count on one hand, but the goal is to do it 0 times. And who knows, I might succeed. You know, positive thinking, I am going to succeed, but 0 processed foods. I need to do low sugars. So when I'm thinking about that, obviously with processed foods out of the way, that will greatly help. But I'm also thinking like I need to eat like low sugar foods. I like fruits and stuff like that. So not fruits that are high in sugar, which, you know, during the summer, all the good stuff comes, you know, this time for all the good sweet stuff. I need to increase my veggies, focus on lean protein, probably like your salmons and stuff like that. Balanced snacks. That's something that I hadn't really thought about before. So I just kind of need to do something that can kind of like fill in the gaps that I'm missing with my meals. So like if I find that I'm lacking in protein, then maybe do a protein heavy snack. If I lack in my fats, like when I'm looking at my meal plan, then do like a higher fat snack type things like that. And I definitely want to aim for organic, but with prices, I don't know how realistic that is, but Aldi actually has pretty decent prices on like organic foods. It's really not that much more expensive than regular. So I'm gonna try to aim for that when I can. But usually my refrigerator is like half and half when it comes to organic and not organic. But you know, as far as like to heal the adrenals, I'm also trying to heal the gut, right? And then obviously I need to track my meals, but I'm going to take that a step further. And I had mentioned at the beginning of the year, this was something that I wanted to get back into, was tracking my macros. I hadn't gotten there yet, but I'm going to have to do that just to make sure that I am eating more balanced. I thought I could just look at it and tell, but sometimes even when you look at it, it seems very balanced, but then you look at the nutrients in there and they're not as balanced as you think. Like it'd be really low in protein or something like that. So, you know, my macros, which is mainly my proteins, my fats, and my carbs, I'm not really going to count calories though. So I'm doing the macro thing, and I definitely need to count my sugar intake because like I said, sugar is hidden in a lot of whole foods as well. And then I need to take vitamins, which I've been pretty good at, y'all. Yay me. But I do need to add B12. And then basically it said define your why. It's just I need to be able to function. It's just been hard to function the past like 5 months just because of my adrenals, just been in a constant state of fatigue. So that's pretty much my goal. I didn't fill out all of this just because my goal was nutrition based. It just kind of was hard to do that. So my keystone habit, I said I will do a de-stress activity for 15 plus minutes, and it's supposed to be like at a certain time, but I said PM. To celebrate, I don't really know. I don't really think I want to do anything to celebrate this. Like, this is just something I want to incorporate as a habit. Maybe I'll think about that. So yeah, so here is the perpetual calendar. Like I said, I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to use this. We'll see. And then I have went ahead and started setting this up. So I was trying to debate whether or not I wanted to be an overachiever and start on the 26th of May because there's 6 weeks here. So I technically could have and had enough room. But I was like, let's not do that. Let's go ahead and I'll finish out my Erin Condren Daily Duo. I don't know if I mentioned that's what I was previously in. And the only reason why I'm changing is just I got bored and I really want to try this format. I've had this planner since March. So I really want to dive into it. So there's nothing wrong with the Erin Condren. Plus, I think the size of this planner, it's a little bit smaller. Here's my health and wellness planner. Here's my Erin Condren. See, it's quite a bit smaller. It's not a little bit smaller. It's quite a bit smaller, especially when you think about the coils. And being, I do have a workout room, but when it comes to yoga and things like that, I kind of have to work out in my living room or my bedroom because my workout room has equipment in it. So I don't have room to do that. So this will need to kind of be more on the go. And that was the problem with the Erin Condren. It was just, kind of in the way on my living room table. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to make the change. Sometimes when you get something new and exciting, you're more motivated to be in it. So I'm hoping, because even on days that I don't work out, like I said, I can still fill it in. So that's the plan. All right, so let me show you guys. Here is what the monthly looks like. So I had to date it because the first is a Sunday. I figured let's just go ahead and do a Sunday start. I prefer Monday starts, but it's fine. And then I kept the month's focus there, but then people to see, places to go, things to learn, because this is a wellness planner. I don't need that. This I could use for certain things, but I think that this space will suffice to talk about my wellness my wellness and my fitness kind of focus areas. So I just kind of hid that with stickers. And then I use washi to kind of cover all of the headers. So there we go there. And these boxes, I think I'm going to have room to write some wins. So like a win number 1, win number 2, and win number 3. I've been really bad about marking my wins. In my Erin Condren, I have this nice little gorgeous page set up at the beginning of the year where I was going to keep track of my wins. Look at that. Look at all of those wins. I've had some wins, y'all. I really have. I promise you I have. I don't know what they are right now because I didn't track them. So maybe if I do this, maybe I'll get better at doing that. And then I'm going to write my kind of priorities when it comes to fitness and wellness. Because we've already talked about my game changer goal is nutrition. So I don't need to talk about that. But this is kind of where I'm going to track my fitness anyway. So I'm going to, you know what I was just thinking? I could track my fitness here. I could track wellness here. Let's do that. You want to keep this whole thing fitness only. But here I can do wellness, and I can even like use boxes. We have some in here, I think. Because again, this is a 3-month planner. So I don't need all of this perpetual calendar. So let's do, I think we'll just do June right beside June. Right? There we go. All right. So I'm going to write my June wellness goals here, and then I'll write, I wouldn't mind just redating this and do July and August, but we'll see. Let me get my washi back out. And let's just hide this. I have a journal that I currently use. Well, that, you know, I created. I don't want to say I currently use because I haven't really been on top of that either. But that one, the point was to keep like progress photos, measurements, weight tracking, and things like that. So that way it's more of like a long-term place to house information over the course of years rather than 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year that is in your planner. So that's what that is. All right. I'm pretty sure by here, this is not going to be here. I don't know if we're going to get into September or not. So we'll leave September be. And we'll just do this here. Okay. My wellness goals probably won't change either. All right. So my wellness goals, or my plans, my wellness plans are, I had it here. It was like the game changer. So I want to do 15 plus minutes of a de-stress. It should be like de-stressing, but every time I write the word de-stress, it's always at the end of something and I can't fit the ing in there. We're going to say each day. That's a journal multiple times a week. So that is, I don't want to give a time. I don't want to give a number. I might do something like that at the beginning of the week, like how many times this week I want to journal, or am I going to try to like reach that number? It's just I'm so bad at it that I just need to journal at some point. All right. And then we want to do, all this is self-care, but we're just going to say like massage and try meditating. So y'all have seen that over and over again, but I need to put it in here so that way I'm trying to hold myself accountable. So that's how I'm doing it. So my nutrition is all the way over here, but it's fine. I write it once. It's in my brain. It's in my brain. So I don't need to see it every day to know that it's there. All right. And then we're going to do my fitness goals. So my fitness goals is to do... All right, so what I kind of want to do each week is like 2 to 3 yoga classes, 2 to 3 Pilates class, daily stretching, weekly foam roll. So if I did 3 and 3, that would be 6 classes, but it's kind of like I want 2 to 3 minimum type thing. I would like to work out every day, but those are like very low impact. I might throw in like a cardio exercise. I have a rowing machine, but you don't have to go all high intense in that. You can kind of do that low. So I might kind of throw in one of those in there, but I'm not going to put that as far as like my weekly goals or my monthly goals. I also want to, if I'm able to, I want to incorporate AM walks. So I think that's it for my goals. Just say yoga and Pilates. So this is where I'm going to capture all of that. So this is now for the next month, and then the next month. And then that'll bring us to the first day. So how I'm going to use this, let's see. I'm not 100% sure. Let me grab all of these fun stickers and books and stuff like that, because this is all going to have to go in this one. So I have my Apple Watch stats. I could easily use markers for this. I created this myself in Canva. But I think I'm going to just put this probably in one of these little slots here. Right? I also need a place to track my macros. So maybe I'll track my macros here. So I think I'll do my macros here. And then I'll do my workout here. And then we have my mood. I do want my stress level somewhere. That's the only thing I need to have somewhere. I have stamps, but I'm trying to think long term. And like setting this up every week and stuff, I don't want it to be overwhelming. Like I want to have fun and I want to decorate it, but I need to make sure it's not super difficult to set up every week either. So let's see. Let's decorate for the first week because why not? We can see how we're going to get this done. Where is my... We're going to use Chic Fitness from Live Up Posh. You can save 10% on this sticker book by using my discount code AGWP10. All right. So what I think how I'm going to use it, we're just going to do 1 or 2 spreads. I'm not going to do a lot. I kind of like these. I kind of want to start bright. This is a purple journal. We got to bring in the color. Okay, so I'm going to add, so yes, I have a lot. So this is the first one, right? Always got to make sure. I have a lot of room to decorate, y'all. A lot of room to decorate. All right, so what I will probably end up doing is filming probably my first week in this planner. So that way you guys can actually see how I plan on using it. I think I may use some of this for journaling, whether it's about health or just about random stuff in general. It'll just be whatever that day brings type thing. Like I'm not gonna like say this is only for this space or what have you. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. So the way I'm planning on using it, obviously, I'll put my main focus there. I would rather have this down. I don't know why this is so high. Okay. So I will put a goal there. I'll put my focus there, the date and everything. So I'll use that as it's supposed to be. Then I'll try to track my macros here. So let's get a box. We'll just use purple. It's fine. All right. So here is going to be my macros, my fats, carbs, proteins, and sugars. Like I said, my workout goes here. Self-maintenance, self-care is how I'm going to treat that one. So I'll put like stretching or something like that. Best thing that happened today, I learned, I think I'm going to keep all of this. I'm going to see how it works. And then over here where the hours are, this is where I'm going to log my meals. This is where I'm going to log my energy levels. This is where I'm going to log my wake up time. The time I work out, everything like that will go here. So this will be a running list of everything that pretty much I do that day. And then here will be free space. If I'm lacking any room over here, because it is kind of tight here. So like if I need more room to put my meals, I can write it over here. Because I'll have the time there, so I can just write it over here. It doesn't have to be perfect. The information just has to be there. And I'll note any symptoms or anything like that. Like I said, I probably will also note symptoms and things like that too on some of these pages, just so I can see it at a whole picture. You know, like I can look at the whole month and be like, okay, so I had a migraine here, 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 and here, versus having to flip through every page. But I'll log it here first, and then I'll probably, so that, you know, because sometimes I forget to log it. I forget to use my monthly. So I want to log that stuff here. So this will kind of just be a notes page. But I'm super excited about it. Of course, I'm super excited about decorating it. It's already cute. It's already fun. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for those like true plan with me videos where I will take you along as I fill this in, and be looking for some more kind of plan with me's now that I have like room to decorate and things like that, so you can kind of see how I decorate this planner, because I'm sure as I get into it, how I'm going to utilize this particular page is going to change. And with that, I need a quote. I'm like, wait a minute, I need a quote. I think because I'm doing my macros, I'd give up carbs, but I'm not a quitter. That seems like good for that. So yeah, that's how I'm planning on using it. And then, you know, like I said, I'm just excited. I think this is going to work pretty well. I do just need to kind of figure out how to mark certain pages. I have some of these. This might actually work. Because I can kind of just do that. Oh no, I can't do that. We can do that. It's fine. So that way it can pull me here, and then I can do this. I just got these off of Amazon. And then I can do that. I have a feeling I'm going to get rid of this. I don't think I need it. I kind of like the bookmark, because I could just look here and go right there. Kind of like it. I think I'm going to get rid of this. I don't like this thing. I'm going to cut it. I don't want it. It's ugly. There we go. I usually cut them by mistake when I'm trying to decorate. This time I did it on purpose. But I like the little bookmarks in there because, like I said, that way I can pull my monthly, and then I can pull whatever day I'm on and be there. So yeah, I'm super excited to get into this. I think it's going to be a nice little change. Like I said, I have a lot more space to kind of add things as needed. Just gonna get back into the habit of using it all together. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. If you enjoyed it, please press that like button. And if you've yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That's all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.